Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, The Reunion Part 2, you guys. So let's just jump right on into it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show starts where it kind of ended last week, which was with Michael, full back sweat, coming up the stairs and staring down into the girls. I didn't think that really was what was happening. I thought that was fancy editing, but no. He was looking down on the girls, and they had the nerve to look, concerned or nervous. I was just like, y'all been talking about the nigga all day. You knew this day was coming. What? Anyway, Andy sees him up there and apologizes that they're all talking about him without him being there. But you know what? No worries. Okay. We gonna all talk to the men eventually. At least I thought we was. And then the motherfuckers still didn't come out. I was just like, you guys are really saving that to the last. So I guess they changed up the editing, y'all. But that's okay too, because that means that Michael gets to go backstage and, josh around with the boys. The boys are all there, meaning the husbands. Okay, meaning Juan. Y'all, what Juan with that beard? I was like, ooh, girl, that Michael was looking fine back. I mean, not Michael. Let me not even get my word. Child, that Juan. Now I am a sucker for a beard. Now, if it would have been a goatee, it would have been over. But it still was a full beard. That one looked fine as fuck. At least from the little clips that I saw, I was just like, okay, one. Talking about the upgrade in T-Way. Let's talk about Monique and Candace's friendship and how it has deteriorated. They talked about that whole slave comment. Did Monique ever get an apology from Candace? No, she didn't. Candace tried to make it seem like it wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't what she seemed, that Giselle took it wrong, and Giselle was like, no, clearly I asked you, did you mean that she looked like a slave? And you said yes. So no, that was all on Candace, which we all realize. Candace is not going to own up to that, so fine. As far as the friendship with Monique and Ashley, Candace will never understand why they're friends. Ashley threw Monique under the bus plenty of times last season, and Monique says, well, when I make a choice to forgive somebody, that's in the past. I move forward. Whether or not she is, bullshit on that, that's still, I'm not understanding why Candace is so fucking worried. Okay, Candace even had the nerve to say that Monique stood on her back, climbed on her, just so that she can acquire Ashley's friendship. And I don't really know how she came up with that. It's not like Ashley and Candace were good friends. As a matter of fact, I always told you guys that Ashley treated Candace like shit even last season. It was underlying shade always there. Monique didn't need Candace to become Ashley's friend. I was just like, Candace, girl, you think too much of yourself. And of course it gets heated. They're arguing back and forth. It gets really loud. Even Karen tries to stop it at one point. But, you have to argue with Candace. There's no other way. It's just talking and yelling. So we leave them alone. We move on to Juan and Robin and their seesaw tattoo. The girls didn't really understand why we got this tattoo on the finger. It was supposed to be a family crest, evidently. Then it turned out to be some general basic, hearts. And then on the inside of their finger. Why couldn't it be out on a prominent space? Robin said she didn't want her tattoo to be seen by anybody. Okay. Sort of like their relationship. Juan doesn't want it to be seen by anybody. Girl! As far as Robin flipping the house, yes, she did flip it. Okay, got 30,000 and some change, on it. And I was like, well, it wasn't really a flip. Flip usually means, real quick, like pop, like flapjack. So, you just flip it around. It was more of a roll because it almost took a year. But you know what? That don't mean nothing. She still got the job done, right? As far as Giselle coming there and acting an ass at her, party, trying to, well, not party. It was an open house. But it was also a celebration for the girls. As far as Giselle coming there, Giselle says that, it wasn't her finest moment. Monique asked her, did she think that she should give her an apology then? And she was like, no, not really, because it was a long time in the making. All right. 3 years they've been trying to get to this point. And Monique was like, well, how is it that you think that? It wasn't 3 years in the making on Monique's end. She did one thing to Giselle, and that was last season. We had the season before where Giselle just kind of treated her terrible. So, Again, Giselle and Monique are never really going to agree on that, even though Giselle has always been the one to come after somebody first. So we leave that alone. Table that for now. The boys found out about your divorce with Juan on the internet. You didn't think you needed to get a head start on that and let the boys know? Well, Robin, it's always, she didn't really know. And now, now are we going to get engaged and get married? What do the girls think? Well, Giselle says, yeah, even though they got that old janky tattoo, I would like to see her get engaged and get married, and Karen was just like, well, Giselle, we would love for you to get engaged and get married too. That would be great. Child, Karen was so tickled. And Giselle was like, Karen, it is not about me. It's not about me. Oh, it's not about you now, right? That shit was funny as fuck. I said, that Karen is full of them today. She's shading them like crazy. Yeah, Giselle said it doesn't define her. She said, well, of course it doesn't define you. It doesn't define Robin either, but we are all still hoping that you get a man. Because everyone up there can agree that Giselle is much nicer when she got some steady DICK in her life. So after we toss that around, the question still is, well, do you think that you and Juan will get engaged and get married? Here go Robin. Well, he has to ask me first. That's the statement that means everything, you guys. They probably are going to get engaged next season. They're building it up to be that way. They seem to be in a good place. I tell you, that Juan, honey, Robin don't need to let him go. When they asked her were they monogamous, and she was just like, well, I think that we are. I was like, girl, that was the wrong answer. But I guess she needed to cover her bases just in case one side thoughts decided to turn up in Shade Room today. But, all jokes aside, they do seem like they in a better place. It's just like, but she says that every season. Me and Juan are finally communicating and getting to a better place. It's me and the boys and the family. You will never understand it if you're not in it. Well, girl, listen, if you like it, I love it. How many times have I said that? Juan and Robin is not finna worry me to death. All right, then we jump over to Giselle and Karen's friendship. Andy says, you guys just love to fight. I don't love to fight, Andy. I just don't take any of Giselle's bullshit. Giselle loves to make it seem like it's the both of them and it's not just her. But no, that is never what the case is. Everybody reacts to Giselle, and Karen is no different. I mean, they have been through many, many fights. And Karen definitely, Karen can give it as good as Giselle can give it. But Karen's always, because she is retaliating, like she says, I'm not malicious. I am not malicious. Okay, she doesn't go after somebody just for going after somebody's sake. Giselle says that she would like for their friendship to get back to, the girls just hanging out and having a good time. And, Karen, I will accept that. I will accept that. I love that you're sitting there, with all the mushy gushy. She'll take that. But the thing is, Giselle will smile in your face and, all time trying to take your place. Them backstabbers. Backstabbers. You guys. So, like I said, and I've told you guys this too, Karen said with her own mouth, I got Giselle's number. Okay, so even though Robin, who kept on jumping in, wanted to be the media, I said, bitch, are you Andy? Okay, you the fucking producer. Why you got to always be trying to, clarify and make clear? Same thing. Why you always got to shut up with your ruffles and your eyelid and your this and your big hair and all that? Karen was just like, honey, I am in a different place this season. Y'all not fixing to jump on me today. Okay, worry about you and your tattoo. Let's jump over to Monique. You've been pretty low-key this season. She said she had to because she's high risk in this pregnancy. Monique is always the queen of telling team too much. She was just like, yeah, her and Chris, they back to having sex. It's all good. Even her relationship with her mother-in-law is all good. They joke around that Chris looks just like his mama. That's it, she does. And if I put my wig on my brother's head, he would look exactly like me too. I mean, we just really look that much alike. Now, where are Monique and Giselle in their friendship? Well, long story short, there is no friendship there. Ashley is the one who told Giselle that Monique don't like her. That's what she said. And Karen was just like, why is it that we don't talk to each other? Why is it always a bone being carried to the next person? Because that's what this show was built on. That's the formula. Nobody ever gets a clear statement from the other person. It's always what she said, by way of another person. That's how it happens here. But she doesn't like her. Okay. Like I told you guys, this is actually the time when Monique was asking for an apology, and Giselle, the best that she can do was her attitude when she confronted Monique at that house selling, that open house thing. It was on 10. It should have been on 1.5. Now that, if you gonna take that as an apology, then you better just take that, because that's all you was getting. But Karen always says, you know, if Giselle cannot dominate, or if she cannot control you, then there is a problem, okay? And Giselle was like, not true at all. And everybody was like, yes, you are a bully. You're a mean girl. You're all of that. You didn't get the old green-eyed monster label, you know, just because, even though they call her the bandit, it's the monster. When Andy says, well, you know, with all due respect, the Housewives are pretty much tops around here. Ain't too many bottoms when it comes to the Housewives, and I would imagine he means the whole franchise. Then finally, last 13 minutes, we get to Ashley and Michael. All right, and let's just get this question out of the way right now. Whose dick was it that Michael said he was sucked? Well, we all had already decided that it was Juan. Michael has made it clear that he has a certain proclivity towards Juan. And Robin, without saying it, basically says, yes, it is Juan. Whatever the general, you know, what most people had already assumed. Okay, so it was Juan. No big deal. But it's more of the same. Ashley denying that it happened. You know, they said even Chris Bassett said that it did. And when the man said that it did, you know, that kind of changed everything, because what is he getting out of this? Other than he got a petty ass wife that he would want to make happy, but they don't bring that part up. The thing is, Ashley knows what her husband is, because she didn't even really fight this fight as fervently as she could. Now, it could have been at the end of the night. Maybe they tired. I did notice that her hair had fallen, so it wasn't as, everybody didn't look as put together as they had been earlier. So maybe she just didn't have it in her. But yeah, it's just like Ashley is just gonna stand this test and go through it, because that's what they have to do. And then next season, it'll move on to somebody else. So that's kind of what I felt like happened right now. She felt like Robin was being revengeful. Robin was just like, no, I mean, with your past with all of the girls, I felt like because you dished it so well that you should be able to take it so well too. And Ashley actually did, even though she acts like she's just so upset. But bitch, you know exactly how the fuck you been all of these seasons. You had that shit coming. And really, it still could have been worse. Them girls treated Karen way worse, I believe, last season than, and Karen had some legitimate shit going on, as far as her parents dying and Uncle Jessup's tax problems. So she had some for real shit going on, and nobody tried to give her a break. Am I sweating under my arms? What's that, y'all? What's happening? I got the air on and everything. Everybody was just saying that the timing, the way that Ashley was acting didn't make sense, considering she already knew that this was all going on. And she just acted so blindsided by the girls when all this shit was going on in the background. If you would have just said something from the beginning, she should have gotten in front of it. She didn't. Okay, maybe she was hoping that it wasn't going to get out there, but you know, it would, because TMZ combs the public records, honey. They stay at the courthouse, literally, and check all day for things that celebrities are doing. They have people out there actually to do that. So they was gonna find it out, and so she didn't let the girls know, and the girls was just like, but the girls was like, yeah, we all believe that he did it. Every single one of them. As a matter of fact, they've heard that he's done it to you know, producers as well. You know, Ashley, I've never heard that. Girl, it don't be all that gossip going around and you don't know nothing, especially with the way that you've acted. You mean to tell me nobody tried to give you a heads up? Okay, even if it wasn't any of the other girls, but none of the other crew, the staff, nobody? Like I said, Ashley is playing a role. They all met the guy that said that, you know, his ass was grabbed, and they said he was a stand-up dude. There was no reason that he would lie. Ashley is just dumbfounded by that. You know, Karen, well, perhaps you don't know Michael like you think that you do. No, she knows him well. They in this together. They stand with your man. That's exactly what's happening here. All right, you guys, so that's it. Next week will be the, you know, big hoorah. And something tells me it ain't gonna be all that big if they waited for the 3rd episode for the men to get out there. Some tell me they're gonna be out there for 15 minutes and that's gonna be it, you guys. But we'll see. We'll see. Gotta do power. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right, all right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.